2024 CR 0110808, State versus Teresa Luisa Frias. Could I have parties announce state defense?
Renee Munoz.
And are you Miss Frias?
Yes.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Frias.
Frias. I'm trying to roll the R.
Yes, Judge.
If you all don't help me with that, I can never improve.
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with, you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We're asking that the court follow the negotiated plea bargain agreement. My client does have financial issues. She's not working right now, but is actively seeking employment. I think the last place she tried to apply to was McDonald's. So she's waiting to hear back from them, Judge. So we're requesting that the fine be probated and the court is able to impose minimum supervision fees with regard to the monthly fees of supervision. I know the court referenced the offense report. I had some concerns if my client had any kind of issues with drug, alcohol. She stated that she does not. I know that there was some paraphernalia found in the vehicle that did not belong to her. And there was such little amounts in there that they couldn't even get an amount to test, which is why there is no actual possession of controlled substance charge. She stated to me, referencing the case, that upon having the vehicle, she did pick up some acquaintances at a nearby hotel, dropped them off, and then she was subsequently stopped by law enforcement police officers. She noticed there was a pipe on the seat next to her, and she was scared that they might try to attribute that to her. So she hit it, and it's my understanding it fell out during the police encounter with her, Your Honor. So she doesn't have any issues with methamphetamine, the like. She did state that she has used marijuana in the past, but that's been a number of months ago, that if she was drug tested, the results would be negative. So we're asking the court follow the negotiated agreement, Your Honor, with obviously whatever conditions of supervision the court sees fit. But just wanted to give the court that background regarding her financials and the issues regarding potential drug use.
All right. When's the last time you used?
About 8 months.
What were you using?
Marijuana. And it wasn't frequent, it was just here and there. Smoking
So
weed.
when you're drug tested today, I'm going to have you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right. Do you need any water?
Yeah.
Because you're getting drug tested today.
We bought them.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, whether or not you used today or last night, it's not a violation of your probation because you're not on probation yet. Otherwise, I'm going to send you to do a UA. And if that UA comes back positive, we're going to have some questions.
Okay.
So you want your UA?
Only in court do you get someone confidently claiming they're clean while nervously asking for water right before a drug test. And thankfully, the judge, with the patience of a saint and the sarcasm of a sitcom legend, just sits there letting them dig their own hole with a shovel labeled 8 months ago, just here and there. Honestly, if common sense were a crime, this courtroom would be empty. But good thing the judge is the only one here handing out reality checks for free.
All right. Miss Abrams. She's going to have a UA, felony drug court will do your UA. And do you have a driver's license?
I don't.
Just 1 second. Do you have a form of ID?
I have just the Bear County.
Oh, that's good enough.
Okay.
Right, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to get a UA from her today,
Okay.
and then we will come back with the sentencing.
At a different date?
Oh, no, we can come back this afternoon
This afternoon. Okay, great.
if you're available. Let me see.
Yes, Your Honor. You have any?
I have an interview at 3.
What?
Interview at 3.
My client has an interview for a potential job at 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Oh, well, if you go over there right now, they'll do it right now.
Okay. Okay.
All
We'll
right.
work on getting that.
So Miss Abrams, they said they'll do her UA right now. And counsel, she's going to felony drug court for that UA, not somewhere else.
Is that where the reentry center is located, Judge?
Yes, and if you'll, and Ms. Abrams, I have the information for her.
Okay.
All right,
Yes, you are. And then we will come back in the afternoon, correct, Judge?
yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Christopher Bernal. So counsel, did you receive the report from felony drug court?
I had not, Your Honor. I just had received word that there may have been a positive, but
Well, I think, and we'll go on the record in just a moment.
Okay.
But I think that, could you hand me that printout, please? Thank you.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to go on the record in 2024 CR 011808, State versus Teresa Frias. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
For the defense, Renee Munoz, Your Honor.
And are you Ms. Frias? All right, so the court received the report back from felony drug court. Counsel, I think that felony drug court would be appropriate for her.
I agree with Your Honor with that assessment, to see if she can be evaluated and meets criteria for that. I know that my clients have experienced trauma in the not so distant past, in terms of being a victim on an aggravated assault with some pretty substantial gunshot wounds, and she's been out in the community, and I explained the situation with the positives, and that it's addiction is sometimes steps you have to work through, but that the court will likely be recommending that felony drug court. And I was telling her about the program, explaining to her, you know, it'd be some years of probation, monitoring, and treatment as they deem necessary. So we're perfectly fine if the court wants to make that referral, Judge. Due to some of the overcrowding issues at the jail, we wanted to see if she could report on outside in the community to see about the evaluations she's been making in support here as ordered. She hasn't picked up anything new.
Oh, and could I have the that printout again?
Oh, yes,
please?
Your Honor. Thank you. To address her substance use issues.
All right, so do you live by yourself or there are other people in the home?
I live with.
Hmm?
I live with.
All right. And, oh, I'm sorry, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Chris.
All right, are there any minors in the home?
I have a 16-year-old.
Only in court do you see someone walk in with a rap sheet and a job interview in the same breath, and yet the judge still keeps it classy, balancing second chances and side-eye like a pro. While the rest of the courtroom is doing verbal gymnastics to dodge accountability, the judge is calmly handing out UAs and life advice, multitasking like a therapist, parole officer, and babysitter, all rolled into one. It's like watching a seasoned babysitter trying to get a toddler to admit they did eat the cookie, but with felony consequences.
All right. And how many children do you have total?
I have 6 total, but I just have the 6.
All right.
She didn't
And
have to.
I'm sorry?
She let me have to. Like
She's what?
slept with me and then with dad. So I get like 2-3 days. She'll be with him. The rest back and forth.
All right. And who is your support system?
My boyfriend
Mhm.
and my, I guess, in-law.
And so do you live with your boyfriend and in-laws? All right. And how long have you been living with them?
I say 8 months because I just got out. I don't know if it counts with the jail time.
Okay.
I was in there for 6 months.
And I will tell you, and your counsel will tell you, I require that probation does field visits. So if you're going to be staying there, probation is going to come in and do field visits. And if they don't want probation doing field visits at their house, then you're not going to be allowed to stay there. You understand? All right. And you all recommended deferred, but neither of you all put down outside the agreement what length you are requesting. So it's
2 years.
Mhm.
That's our understanding, Your Honor.
all right. So what I can tell you is I'm going to give you more than the 2 years. The reason being is because drug court is a 2-year program, and sometimes well, not sometimes, they have a 2-year program and the aftercare program is 6 months. Now, whether you're in that program for the full time really is dependent upon you and how you do in the program. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So the court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, field visits 1 time per month until further notice. There should be a referral to felony drug court. How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
All right, so what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life? What is, before all of this happened,
I was gonna manage it. I love managing.
all right, managing what?
Well, I've always worked at Wendy's. I was at Wendy's for 9 years.
All right, so that's what you want to do? All right. And you know what I always tell people, whatever your dream is, that's your dream. We need people, we need managers. If somebody comes to me and say they want to be a farmer, I'm like, yes, we need farmers. So every place where you see people working, we need those people. So I always tell everybody, no matter what your job is, sometimes we think our job is not important and oh my gosh, what have I been doing with my life? But that job is needed. For example, people will say, oh, that person just bags the groceries at HEB or that person's just a cashier. And I always tell them, don't say just, because we need a cashier. We need somebody to bag groceries. We need all of that. I'm still upset that they took away the full service at the gas station, but that's just me. All right, so I'm going to give you 200 hours of community service restitution. 100 of those hours will be deemed satisfied once you complete parenting classes, and another 100 hours will be satisfied if you complete some type of trade school or higher level education. And what
Now that's how you run a courtroom with both wisdom and wit. While the defendant was out here juggling 6 kids, blurry timelines, and a boyfriend/in-law combo living arrangement, the judge stayed calm like a therapist with a gavel, laying down structure, sprinkling in motivation, and still making time to mourn the loss of full-service gas stations. Honestly, someone give this judge a cape, because they're not just handing down sentences, they're handing out second chances like a boss.
I can tell you, some places that you work for, even at McDonald's, they will actually pay for part of your college education or pay for your school. And if you want to really move up quickly in the system, try to go to a trade school and get something in business management or something that will make you indispensable to the company. Because you see at all of these stores where they have now self-checkout,
Yes.
I always tell people, that's a sign. You need to pay attention to that. So can you imagine now you have about 8 self-checkouts in one general area, and they just have one person who works for the company stand there to make sure everybody's scanning things appropriately. Pretty soon, they're not even going to have that person. So that means all those cashiers' jobs are going to be eliminated. So pay attention to, as Briscoe County Junior would say, the coming things, so you can be ready for it. All right.
Definitely good advice. Thank
yes.
you, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to ask for 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
Yes, if you need anything else, that's fine.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. And did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I know that life gets hard for people. I know that sometimes we get into relationships and we're like, we wake up and we say to ourselves, how did we get here? But if we are in relationships that are not good for us, best bet is to get out of that. With regards to drug use, let me explain to you. And I tell this to a lot of people. Sometimes they don't believe me, but you see the news. You'll be able to see if I'm telling the truth or not. There are only 2 things going to happen from using illegal drugs. and sometimes using prescribed drugs. Either you're going to end up in somebody's jail on a regular basis, rotation, or either you're going to end up in prison. Because at the end of the day, possession cases, possession less than a gram, possession 1 to 4, you know, the difference between you and the other person who doesn't get a possession charge, the person who doesn't get a possession charge has used the drug before they are caught, right? So either you're going to end up in jail because you're going to get caught, or either somebody's going to have to identify your body in some field somewhere. And I don't think you want them having to go to your 16-year-old to identify your body. And it will start with, she's missing. We haven't seen her in a while. And then you know what people will say and what the police will say? They would say, but look at her history. Maybe she's just on a bender, right? And then 2 weeks going to pass by. Then popping up on Facebook is going to be your photo, and everybody's going to say, will you please share this? Then the police or some jogger or whoever it is going to find a body in a field somewhere where they're out fishing, or either find a body, you know, on the sidewalk. And then they're going to say, oh, we think it's her. And then they're going to have a relative or somebody who knows you come and identify your body. And I don't think you want your 16-year-old to have to do that, or your family members to have to do that. So whenever you're using, I always tell people, do it. Stop doing drugs for yourself. But if you can't stop doing it for yourself, you know what you need to constantly tell yourself? I don't want my relatives to have to identify my body. I don't want to spend the rest of my life in prison. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, talk to your probation officer. If you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to court and address it with me. Felony drug court, your attorney will tell you that's a great program, but it's only as great as you make it. You have to take advantage of the services they're offering. You understand? And be honest with them. All right? All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Now, that was a TED Talk disguised as a sentencing. The judge didn't just drop a sentence. They dropped life lessons, career advice, relationship reality checks, and a full warning worthy of a Netflix true crime intro, all while clocking the fashion game like, thanks for not showing up in pajamas. Honestly, if courtroom wisdom was a sport, this judge is running the league, handing out deferreds and truth bombs with equal precision. Give them a mic and maybe their own daytime talk show.
All right. So here's the thing about that. I understand that sometimes people are dishonest with the court because there are consequences. In this court, I'm fair, but I have to let people know there are consequences. And anytime I'm asking you questions about things, you've already reached an agreement. And normally it's rare for me not to follow plea agreements. Whenever I tell people that I need to know about you so that I can set conditions that will help you, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Because the last thing I would want to do to somebody, if they have drug issues, I just send them off into the world and don't even address it, because that's not going to be good for you, because that's why you're here, because you have drug issues. All right. So be honest with me.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
And just like that, the judge wrapped it all up like a motivational finale and a warning label in one. Basically said, lie to me and you're playing yourself. I'm not here to ruin your life. I'm trying to make sure you don't end up starring in a documentary called What Went Wrong. That's not just courtroom talk. That's therapist, mentor, and tough love parent all rolled into one gavel.